Hello, everyone. I'm Justina Nielsen, virtual event creator and online marketing strategist. Today, I'm going to show you how to quickly create magnetic content by converting survey results into content such as email, social media posts, and more. I'm very excited about this because this is a quick way to use AI to really create content that is based on your own customers' feedback. So the reason why it's magnetic, because we're not just creating a workshop or an event or summit or an offer based on what we think customers might want to see. We're actually creating content based on what we know customers want to learn or know more about. So this is highly magnetic because if you just create content based on what you assume your customers want and you provide it for them, and it could be hit or miss, right? Because we don't really know, do they really want it? Is this exactly what they needed? So it might be well taken or it might not be. It really depends on how well you know customers and kind of how lucky you are in offering that and it matches. With content that is provided or created as a result of what your own clients said they need the most, they answer with their own words, it's like creating them something that bam, it's going to be magnetic as soon as you give it to them because they're like, thank you. How'd you know that's exactly what I needed? Because you told us. So it's highly magnetic. You really can't create anything more accurate as far as a match with what your clients want than from surveys. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously have a survey and ask an open-ended question because we want customers to write with their own words exactly what is it that they need to learn or they need from us. Once you have that, you would download your survey results and you would then paste them into ChatGPT. So I have them in a spreadsheet. I'm going to go ahead and paste them here. But before I paste them, I'm going to give ChatGPT a heads up and say something like, and I do have it, every prompt I'm pasting, I have it in my guide called How to Create Magnetic Content. The guide is free and it will be right below or next to the video so you can download it, follow along, and keep the prompts for yourself. So I'm just going to say, hey, ChatGPT, can I feed you topics for my survey for the purpose of creating marketing content? ChatGPT just did is took that list that we pasted, as you can tell, and it created a list of these many topics. It looks like it has 25 topics. It kind of numbered it really weird. It tried to put it in categories for us. It's not greatly organized. So I do have my next command is to rewrite it in a way that's more organized, to remove duplicates and condense it a little bit. So that's my command. Again, it is in a guide. Don't have to worry about remembering it. Let's see exactly what it does. So it condensed this list into a more clear and organized. It's still funny how it's numbering it. So let's see. Let's see. I never had to do this, but renumber in order. Something happened here. It's not numbering, but okay. We can fix everything. Consider ChatGPT as an employee and you can tell her kind of what to do. So it did this for us. So it dropped the categories. I don't really like it. So the one magic command you can do for, wait for it, undo. Wow, yes. So it's going to rewrite it. So I have the same thing before. That's fine. I don't care how they're numbered. So at this point, it took the list from the survey and created a new list with categories. This is really good. This is the topics that your clients want to learn about, but I don't know enough about them, right? So I'm going to create magnetic marketing strategy. And what I mean by that, we're going to take this list and we're going to add to this list for each one. What is the pain point? What is the problem that your client could be having? What is the benefit once the problem is solved? What is the solution to solve it? And transformational promise is like the promise you give to the customer. Hey, once we fix this, just come to us for the solution and we'll fix it for you. And here's what we can do. So I want to rewrite this list with these benefits and pain points. It's pretty neat. Really, just this list alone, you can use for creating your own marketing content. Because you can see, for example, with the automation, it tells you what the problem is, what is the benefit once you fix it So if you have good automation, you're going to streamline your processes. And if you don't, you're doing a lot of manual tasks and you have inefficiencies and slow growth. Solution is to implement automation tools and processes. And the transformational promise is what you're promising them when they fix it, what's going to happen. So you unlock rapid growth business through efficiency, right? So once you fix your automation problem, you're going to unlock rapid business growth. So this is the list you're getting. You have really good, solid magnetic topics from your audience. And now you know exactly what they could be experiencing, what problems you might be having, how can you solve it, and the benefit. Now, what we want to do is put all these into an email. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write your content for all these 20 topics, to write an email for each one. And I have a very specific prompt that tells GPT how to write it that's persuasive and address the audience. So go ahead and use my prompt. It basically tells the ChatGPT, so for each of, I'm going to download the 20 points just in case she's very clear on one and for all. Write an email addressing target market, replace anything in the brackets. In this case, my target market is entrepreneurs. Write directly to them in a relatable, friendly, and persuasive tone. If you want a different tone, you would change it here. If you want a more formal, less formal, heartfelt, funny, whatever that would be, you can want to change it here. And here's my specific formula. I'm asking them to start asking them if they have a problem, relate to them, assure them we have a solution, and write if they want to learn, and add call to action. My call to action is to join me at the summit. I'm going to give it a name: Summit Growth Tools Summit. I'm just going to make it up. You can put your own name in here, and then let's add the transformational promise for all emails and I'm going to put my signature here, right? So my emails can be ready to go. If you don't, it's just going to have a generic message here. So this is the way it should look. This is your prompt. And now it should be spitting out 20 emails, I believe. As you can see, an email is for automation, subject line, asking a question if you have this problem, reassurance, solutions, join us warmly, and then repeat call to action. So it should be repeating the same topic for all of them. Now, it only did it for 2, and it said that it cannot provide all 20 in this response due to limitations, but if you'd like more, let me know. Yes, please keep creating emails. So it will create more emails. In this case, it just had too many to create once, so no problem. So wonderful. Now you're going to have 20 emails for each one of the topics that your clients told you that they wanted to hear. Now we are creating this email from scratch. See, it only did 5, so I'm going to say continue. That's one way to create an email from scratch. There's one more way to create an email, which would be to paste an email that you wrote before, or an email that has your writing style, and ask ChatGPT to analyze it and write it using that style, right? So we're just going to say continue here. So what we did just now is created it from scratch. That's why we had to tell ChatGPT to what kind of style to write it in. But I can also show you how to do it without having to tell exactly what kind of style, because we can simply say, hey, ChatGPT, analyze this one and create a new email that's based on this one, right? So let's do that. We're going to have a prompt that just says, can you please analyze the writing style of this email? Okay. So she's going to say, yes, of course, I can analyze it for you. So we're going to go ahead and paste the email in here. I just grabbed some email that looked like me, and they look like something I would want, and it's analyzing for you, telling you exactly how it was written, what is the best and worst thing about it. Great. So once it analyze it for us, we're going to say, go ahead and use this writing style and write a new email, right? So again, this prompt is right in my guide. It says, please write a new email using the same style for each of the bullet points above, and it gives them the rest of the prompt. Again, this is my signature. You might want to add your signature. Justina, add PS with call to action. I'm going to update this prompt here in your guide for you. Basically, I'm telling them to have at least 3 choices of subject lines. And I wanted to have a PS for the call to action too. Beautiful. So it's building emails. It's giving you 3 different subject lines, and it's building it based on using the email that we pasted in. So either way, you can pick one, either build from scratch or paste an email so it knows your profile. Now let's have some more fun and create some Facebook posts. Very simple. Basically say, I can free write this so you can use in my guide is write a Facebook post based on up to three characters. Now I wrote a little bit more, kind of rewrote what the email said, but let's see if I didn't write all that. Let's just make it simple. Basically saying write a Facebook post limited to 300 characters for each of the bullet points in the list above. Use emojis for bullet points. Follow the same format. So let's see what it says. There you go. Here's post 1. Okay. All right. So we have a bunch of posts. You can say keep writing. Write more. Because it looks like she only wrote 3, right? So we just have to keep prompting her to write for each one. So make sure you have them all. Now let's get an Instagram post, because why not? We are creating magnetic content from golden answers from my clients, might as well. So again, the prompts are in my guide. I'm basically saying the same thing, write an Instagram post. I am adding here for the Instagram, I said to write in a personal and relatable style. I thought that would be better for Instagram. I also asked for 5 relevant hashtags, since we know hashtags on Instagram work. So here it is. It is writing, I see a little bit more personable. If you don't like the rating style, you can always have a command that says, please rewrite in a less formal style, right? Or in whatever way you want to rewrite. It will write the messages for you or the post for you. It does have hashtags. Let's see if we can do LinkedIn too. Follow the same format for LinkedIn post. Here you go. So we have LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram post. And we have email for each of the topics. That we had 0 content when we just started out a few minutes ago. All we had is some answers from our customers that look just like this list, right? So we had a list of just words. Then we went to have it organized, and then we went on to have the whole event planned for us, right? We had ChatGPT plan 5 days over summit for us. And then it wrote email for us, and then it wrote social media post for us. Why don't we tie it all together and write down, using all of this content, please create a content calendar for 3 months. There you go. Let's just say you have an event, a summit, or an offer you're launching in 3 months. That's going to be teaching the exact same topics that your audience just told you that they wanted to hear. Now we can start 3 months early and have exact content. It tells you day 1 what to post. Now it didn't tell you what post to do, but say rewrite and add topic for each one. See if it does that. So I'm experimenting here, and I always want to say experiment. So it's adding just for topic for each thing. Now, the one last thing I did wanted to say when we're creating magnetic content is keep in mind this is AI writing this content, right? So no matter how much we try to have it copy the style that we use or give it as much instructions, it is still a robot, AI, not a human writing this. So I always suggest that, first of all, you copy this content by, if you go to the beginning of the post, there's clipboard icon right here. Click on that and you can copy it and then paste it in a Word or Google document so you have a copy of it, right? Don't rely on ChatGPT storing it for you. Plus, when you paste it in a document, now you can edit it, use your own wording, and make it your own. It's one of the biggest recommendation is definitely take it, save it, and edit it. Add that personal human touch so that when people are receiving these emails, they know it's coming from a human. The one thing AI cannot do is add anecdotal or personal or irrelevant stories, right? Because it doesn't have the same experience that you do. So I would suggest, for example, when you're assuring them that many entrepreneurs have this challenge, especially when starting, adding a story here, whether it's personal or customer. Hey, when I started out, I also had a lot of problems with building an email list, right? The email list was slow. We didn't have high engagement, and I didn't know how to get people on a list, even though I knew people would be interested in our services. So, or refer to a client. So sprinkling in personal human touch, personal stories, client stories, success stories, your stories, or any kind of stories or content that, first of all, adds interests and its human element is what's missing or needed in here before you send them out. Otherwise, this is a pretty skeleton email. I'm sure you can have ChatGPT rewrite or beef up these emails, but nothing is going to replace in what you have to say. So this is really good. We have a content calendar for 3 months. We have emails, social media posts, and this is basically what you want to do. In my guide, I do have a few other prompts in case you wanted to use it. For example, if you didn't like the subject lines, right, you can simply have ChatGPT make a list of 10 alternate catchy subject lines or preview lines, or you can, reword it, any words or any sentence if you feel like it's repetitive of that. So I hope it's really helpful for you. Like I said, going from just a list to a full content calendar with all social media posts and emails in just a few minutes here that we spent together is amazing. And I hope you've enjoyed this. And let me know if you have any questions. And also don't forget to download the free guide. This has been wonderful. I'm Justina Nielsen. Thanks for listening today.